Here we've been welding up the potjie-pot legs. We've got 3 of them. This is the one. The other's this one here standing. This is actually upside down. And we've got another one around the corner here. So we've got all these little cross braces in that have been quite a mission to weld in. Somewhat thought it would be a bit quicker than this, but yeah, everyone's got like quite an involved little bunch of rods that are joining in together there. But I think we're getting there. Just needing to strengthen these welds up, because yeah, these 3 legs are going to be what holds the whole pot up in the air. That's the idea. So try and make them nice and strong. But I think we're getting there. So we're meant to leave tomorrow morning, well, not morning, but sometime tomorrow, and yeah, busy packing. I've made some modifications to the trailer. I extended it a bit, it kind of ended over there, so I put the new sheet of plywood to there, put this little box on there. Yeah, I'm going to put the batteries on the one side, charge controller and all that, and I'll put the mixer on that side. And yeah, strap the speakers on the back. But now I ended up with a couch on the roof car, and I'm on my own and trying to figure a way of, well, I think I figured a way of getting the couch down. So I've put those 2 planks, tied them in place, and I'm going to try and roll/slide the couch down and get it onto the trailer, because I want to put some solar panels on the top of the roof there. It's probably the best place for it. So yeah, it's interesting, you know, if you just slow down and think about it, you'll nearly always find a way. Well, anyway, this is the theory now, so let's see if this is the way and this way works. So yeah, as easy as 1, 2, 3, and here we have the couch on the trailer. It worked a charm, this method. So yeah, taking these down. There's a whole lot of electrical tape that the couch was stuck together with that decided to stay on the roof rack. I'll definitely get that off, but otherwise we have a lot of electrical tape. Cheapest. Otherwise we have 1x couch on 1x trailer, and it kind of fits perfectly if we lengthen it. Yeah, we get in there. Night before barbs. Well, it's quite a thing. I quite enjoy having these sort of challenges, as long as it's not too much and ends up being stressful. But I'm not stressed by this at all, so it's cool. So here we are all loaded up. Got the panels on the roof and the trailer, the couch and the speakers at the back, and all the odds and ends, and the car again is full. I don't know how it always happens, but it's always chock-a-block. But I've still got to go and collect Monwa. Yeah, and put a freezer on the back here. So we'll do a little bit of shuffling around in Museys, but this is us leaving out there.
Rastafari. We greet each and every one and say, love and peace to you all. This time, now let me tell you, this year one can be remind ya. This year one can be remind ya. And this year one can be remind ya. And this year one can be remind ya. Right? Remember the
Yeah, it's really awesome to kind of watch that footage sped up and see how the surroundings kind of change. I must say this country is quite amazing in that way. You can drive a few hours and go from like pretty green environments to desert to mountains to beaches to, yeah, I really appreciate it. It's really cool. So last night, well, yesterday evening we left quite late and headed off into towards this desert here, and got here in the dark and loaded up the pin of where we believed we were meant to go, but there's no reception out in the middle here, so yeah, we loaded up the pin on both of our phones and started following the directions, and took a screenshot even of the screens just to know in case the Google Maps stops bombs out, that we can still kind of follow directions and a map. And yeah, my phone bombed out first, and not the phone but the maps, and then we turned off the main drag, and one was then decided to say cheers too. So we're kind of driving in the dark with an odometer, which is kind of not something I've done in years. Trying to figure out, are we on the right track? And ended up going down some very thin, bumpy roads, and a whole lot of like, don't need that light at all. There's been quite a bit of flooding recently, so the roads all like flooded, quite wild, and then ended up in a place that didn't seem right at all, and then finally found an old farmhouse with someone staying there, and they said, no, we're completely wrong. So turned back onto the main drag. Well, the main drag's still in the middle of the desert, and yeah, it's just so disorientated. We try to find this pot style to try and find, you know, some form of anything, but with the tunnel vision of headlights you can't see what's going on. So anyway, long story short, we ended up just pulling over on the side of the road here and chipping out here. Put my tent up here briefly, and one was in the car, and it's quite early in the morning, the sun is about to rise. Really beautiful out here. So we're going to see if we have any more luck today of finding out where we are. I think the best thing is to go to the pot stall, and apparently there's Wi-Fi there, and really find out the right directions, because I think either the pin was wrong or otherwise it was taking us the wrong way to the pin. But yeah, let's see what happens now. So now we're at the Angkor Pot stall here, and there's free Wi-Fi. Yeah, one seems to have connected because he's got the password from last year on the phone here. So hopefully we can find some directions. It's crazy how it's been a big lesson to me, and how dependent we are on navigating with maps and Google Maps and data, and when that goes P-tong, how things are really not a vibe. And yeah, but really beautiful this morning. Yeah, I think I even got some sleep in last night. Yeah, it's a very special part of the world, this. It's actually been really nice waking up out here, find myself in this environment, because it's all open, and AfrikaBurn is going to be quite a different story in terms of madness and people and things. So yeah, it's just making the most of these sort of situations when things so-called don't work out according to plan. Yeah, it was beautiful. It really is. Okay, I'm going to leave it for some mumbling.
Don't forget the roots and culture. Don't forget the roots and culture. Dance with the roots and culture. Skanking for the roots and culture. Dubbing for the roots and culture. Joining for the roots and culture. Spreading this the roots and culture. Don't forget the roots and culture.
Watching this again, I remember when I was driving along here, we were driving along here, thinking how, you know, last night we got lost and yeah, had to go back and spent the night on the side of the road, and like, is this life not working out or life being difficult? But previously, a little bit earlier that day, feeling a bit like, oh, I'd love to drive through this desert and kind of see it in the daylight. And then, you know, this happened. So in this way, getting lost and staying over, we actually got to drive through the desert in the day and see the beauty of it. So it's trying to really find the beauty again within things that quote unquote don't go according to plan. And this is pretty much us at the burn venue. So the sun's going down over there, and now what you can see, this is Christoph, my beloved human, and this is the little camp that we've set up for ourselves for the next, what's it, 21 days or something, I believe. 21 believe it days, believe it or not. Is Safala Nomadica in the making, or just been unpacked, hence up. And we brought the couch along, a couch that was suddenly given to me and said, hey, take this. So yeah, there's the couch. So this is our camp here, and this will be filled up with people in time. It's all open now, but in time it's going to be chock-a-block, the whole area. We've got these all street poles, and these are sort of the roads. We're on 2-ish, and you get people like this in cars like this that go bos bevok. And over there we've got Monwa's little potjie-pot somewhere there, which we're on our way to now. This is Chris and Monwa and all making up triangles that went in the base of the potjie. We'll see it a bit later. Those are some metal frames that I was grinding down. This is the base of the potjie. It was a crazy thing of a lot of triangular pieces glued together.
What you need, what you want, what you really, really want. Okay, let's go up. Okay. Down a little bit. Good. Now the bottom, that's bottom corner, yeah.
yeah, just quite a thing. We prepped a lot of these triangles in Cape Town and brought them out as they are now. And yeah, Byron did an amazing job of drawing it all up on CAD, the shape of the potjie, and calculating the sizes of the triangles. And it was just a case of kind of hoping that it would all come together and the triangles would meet up and give us the shape of the actual potjie, which it really did. I was quite blown away by that, I must say. This is making up some more sort of triangular shapes. You'll see them used later on. And more making up some form of creation of a rubbish bin. And yeah, this is the potjie coming together. You can see the frames coming together higher up and it kind of forming the shape of the potjie, all the curves and all. And those little triangles in the middle, those are the thinner pieces you saw Chris cut just now. So yeah, it really came together really beautifully. A bit like a jigsaw puzzle, but a 3D version.
Help yourself. You can make the first one.
You might need to show me how it's done.
Okay, so basically little strips. First my meat. The desert. These are my kings.
And maybe queens. I think we could be desert queens.
Non-gender specific,
yeah.
regals.
Yeah, we had some really beautiful days and then suddenly the weather just turned and there was this crazy lightning storm. I've never seen lightning so like rapid, in other words, like just continuously going. It's a bit strange, in fact. And yeah, we were up at the arch a few weeks before. That's another video I'll put out. Which is actually quite close by, relatively speaking, to this venue, and also saw this sort of crazy lightning off in a similar direction. So I don't know, it's a bit strange, but it's just crazy. It's like continuous. Yeah, no, this desert is just so extreme, and I really appreciate that. It's like a really beautiful thing. You get to kind of feel these extremities and all. It makes you feel really alive.
And through all of it, there's one thing that we still know, that there can still be a change. A change not only for us, for the children to come. A change not only for us, for our parents as one.
Yeah, and then there was this hailstorm. I think this was the next morning or so. It's actually hailing and like heavy, heavy raindrops. It's just so mad how extreme this weather is. You can see how ominous the clouds look and dramatic and just beautiful within that same thing. This is the little volunteer booth that Claire runs, the same one that we were changing windows on last year, and yeah, I was helping with a little more of changing windows and a few other odds and ends. And this is back to the potjie-pot again. One we're wiring up some lights. It's really cool to do these sort of things out in the desert. It adds a whole new vibe to it. I really love this sort of making and creating with dear humans out there. It's really cool. And I think enough desert environment and desert air and we'll go a little loopy, but a really lekker kind of loopy. Yeah, it was also really cool to kind of watch the desert go from this very still open place to slowly people arriving more and more. This is Monwa putting some lights into the original sort of potjie concept that he came up with back in 2019 or something like that.
Guess I have to burn myself.
Well, of course, yeah.
Otherwise, I haven't done any work if I haven't done that.
These were our sort of neighbors next to the potjie-pot that were putting up this little sculpture thing. Again, it's really cool, like everyone bringing their own little creation to the desert. Here we have 8 little lithium cells. They're 90 amp hours each. Got this little pure sine wave 1000 watt inverter, and this is the BMS over here, very Chinese, and this is the charge controller we've got here. So yeah, I'm going to start by putting little lugs onto the end of this cable here, and then connecting these cells up in series and putting the BMS wires onto that. It's a very Chinese BMS with very Chinese English instructions, so it's going to be quite interesting trying to figure that one out. And this is the environment. Yeah, it was this thing of putting a little bit of energy into the potjie-pot and a little bit of energy into Safala Nomadica, and sort of just finding a bit of a balance, but always doing it from a place of inspiration and capacity, and trusting that it would kind of come together as it needed, which it did. Yeah, this little battery is a 90 amp hour battery that I wired it up to give us 24 volts, and the little thing on this side of the box is the inverter, and essentially, yeah, it's just used to power the amp and the mixer, and we had a little light on board, as well as a blender that we took out into the desert some of the mornings, but that's part of another future thing of making ice cold smoothies for people in the morning and playing classical music. I'm still getting tongue-tied with this video stuff. I'm not sure what it's about. But yeah, this is putting some of the structure together, redoing the arms, the sides. Yeah, I'm really digging this Safala Nomadica project too. It's kind of like an unfolding and an evolving. So last year it was a little simpler, and we added a little more to it this year. But yeah, next year I really want to try and get it sort of self-driven, sort of electrically self-driven with batteries and solar and all that jazz, and actually make up some speakers for it too.
I see the sun and it shines so bright way up in the sky, and I know that my people.
Yeah, and then a whole bunch rocked up as well, and there was all this input put into Safala Nomadica suddenly, and yeah, did some of the beautifying. That's where we put the amp and the mixer in that little box. And this, I think, was the first day of the burn, and this guy playing piano and the kind of things and experiences you have. Just someone wanting to play piano for people. Really beautiful.
Ricochets against the crests and gives a beat to my curious rhythms. If there is anything I have
This is a
left
friend who rocked up and did some poetry in the morning on Safala Nomadica.
That draws me towards my pen.
Yeah, again, the sort of starkness of the desert and how everything looks so much more dramatic with that. A little drum circle that was happening outside IMBADU, the potjie-pot. And here are a few little jams that happened on Safala Nomadica. This was outside the bakery, which is a crew that come and bake bread every day at the burn. It's their little offering or gift if they can. That's the little stove. So really kip stuff, really kip stuff. Met these two legends at the burn too. I think they call themselves FCBC4 or something like that. Yeah, I really feel the whole Safala Nomadica project would be so much nicer without my car in the way. So to really get battery powered next year. And this, I think, was the last formal night of the burn and the burning of the potjie. I'm still not sure about this whole burning thing, but yeah, wanting to put energy in the future into projects that kind of last and evolve and grow over the years, I should say.
Shall no longer be a dream, but a reality. Our freedom shall no longer be a dream, but a reality.
So yeah, I think this is about it for this video. Yeah, it turned out to be pretty long, but I just couldn't chop any more out of it. So I hope it wasn't too long for you all. But thanks for watching, and all the best. Keep well, and we'll check you on the flip side.